Acid rain is a cause of forest degradation. Acid deposition impairs the tree's growth ability and can stunt the growth from occurring. Acid rain also is a concern for affecting forest soil. As the acid rain moves through the soil, it can wash away the vital nutrients, which causes a threat to future forest growth productivity. Here is an example of how acid rain affected a tree in a forest. You can see how it stunted the growth. Acid rain affects water environments like streams, lakes, and marshes. Acid rain falls directly on aquatic habitats. Lakes and streams become acidic, and the pH value goes down when the water itself and the surrounding soil cannot buffer the acid rain enough to neutralize it. Acid rain causes a lot of effects in lakes that can harm and kill fish, reduce fish populations, and even completely eliminate fish species from a body of water. Aluminum is also released from the soil as acid rain runs through the soil. Both lower pH and higher levels of aluminum are toxic to fish life. Some lakes have zero fish, and this reduces biodiversity in an ecosystem. Acid rain is also known to be the cause of metals corroding and the deterioration of stone, paint on buildings, and objects like vehicles.
So now that you've seen what acid rain can do, you might be wondering, where does acid rain come from? Acid rain comes from emissions of sulfur dioxide, SO2, and nitrogen oxides called NOx, being released in the air, and it reacts with water molecules and thus results in acid rain precipitation. So what are the main sources of acid rain?
Automobiles, natural sources like lightning, volcanoes. Natural sources in automobiles are a tiny contributor to acid rain. By far, burning coal is the leading cause of acid rain. When coal is burned, in addition to NOx and sulfur dioxide being released, mercury compounds and carbon dioxide are also released. A typical coal plant burns about 1.4 million tons of coal each year, and there are about 600 coal plants in the U.S. When coal is burned, it gives off great quantities of heat energy and smoke. When the sulfur dioxides and nitrogen oxides are released from these coal-burning power plants, prevailing winds can blow these compounds across state and national borders, sometimes over hundreds of miles.
Even Springfield isn't safe from acid rain.
Good Lord, acid rain!
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling! Ah! It burns like a Glasgow bikini wax! Ah!
We better stay inside, at least until the squirrels stop melting.
No problem. There's plenty of activities inside. TV!
So let's talk about how acid rain has changed over the years, with regulations being enacted, and also what the future looks like for acid rain. Russ Cargill from the EPA was interviewed to talk about these topics.
I'm here interviewing Russ Cargill. Hi Russ, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So Russ, can you explain what laws and regulations have been put in place to help reduce acid rain over the years?
Well, in 1970, Congress passed the Clean Air Act. In 1977 and 1990, there were significant changes to the law, and that proved very beneficial to preventing acid rain.
So Russ, can you explain what the Clean Air Act required that coal-burning power plants change in their operations?
The Clean Air Act made coal power plants lower their NOx and SOx emissions. It made them install scrubbers in the smokestacks to lower these emissions. Cap and trade was started for NOx and SOx, and it was very successful in lowering emissions. And catalytic converters also helped in the mid-70s to lower emissions.
So these programs have helped reduce.
That's right.
So how successful has the Clean Air Act been over the years in helping to reduce acid rain from these emissions?
It's been very successful. SOx emissions from 1980 went down from 26 million tons to 11.4 million tons. In the same time frame, NOx has gone from 28 million tons down to 16.3 million tons.
Those are impressive numbers.
Very.
So what does the future hold for preventing acid rain?
Well, we were really successful with the Clean Air Act, but there's still some problem areas in the U.S. The EPA is committing to getting rid of acid rain altogether, so we're looking to reduce emissions more and more as much as we can.
Excellent. Thank
Very
you.
Excellent.
Thank you.